and they'll grow into new spider plants too. It'll be fun, he said. Now, let's just say I think my dad may have underestimated my dedication with this. Spider plants reproduce by making new identical baby spider plantlets. The baby plants are genetically identical to the parent plant.
Is that asexual or sexual?
Asexual.
Asexual.
Meaning they contain the same DNA, a clone basically. You can plant the plantlet and ta-da, new spider plant. As a kid, I didn't realize that what I was seeing at the time was asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction requires only one organism
Relax,
and results
Roxy.
in offspring that are genetically identical, uniform, no genetic variety. And many
Hey, that's actually a con. No genetic variety. Why is that a con?
Because if there's one thing that kills them, all of them will be dead, because none of them will be able to develop immunity.
Yes.
Wait, what's it called?
No genetic variety.
Variety.
Variety? She was saying if they have no genetic variety, if they have one weakness, all of them would die out. They can't evolve. They can't adapt to their situations.
Did anybody else understand the headband thing? Am I just
Same with 10 babies in
I
one
wasn't
room.
looking at the screen.
It's
I
not-
was doing the
No,
yesterday's work.
it's the same with
I
10
was
babies in one
watching
room.
Ninja.
times there can be an advantage that this can be efficient and fast, since only one organism is involved. Asexual reproduction also occurs with very simple organisms, like bacteria. These prokaryotes literally split into two in a process known as binary fission. Many single-celled eukaryotic organisms, like many protists, can do this too. Another type of asexual reproduction that starts with B is budding. A very small, amazing animal called the hydra can reproduce by budding.
You guys drew that
means
yesterday.
They literally just bud an identical offspring right off of themselves. It falls off and grows into a new hydra. So in the spider plant example, this was asexual reproduction.
Hey, so you're gonna see that on your test when a hydra is reproducing. Is it asexual or sexual? Asexual. And what's the word that she used to describe it?
Asexual reproduction.
Oh, okay.
Budding.
But it's important to realize that not all plants can reproduce asexually. In fact, spider plants themselves can reproduce another way. Spider plants and many other plants can undergo sexual reproduction. In some organisms can. Some fungi and some protists, many plants, many animals. Sexual reproduction involves the uniting of gametes, which are reproductive cells, to make a new organism. If you're talking about animals, typically these gametes would be known as a sperm cell from the male organism
It's very
and
funny.
an egg cell
No,
from the
I know.
female organism.
Barely contain yourself.
Gametes typically have half the number of chromosomes as a somatic cell. So in humans, sperm and egg cells each have 23 chromosomes.
It's very
When they
funny.
combine, they can produce a new cell, a fertilized egg known as a zygote, which would then have 46 chromosomes. This fertilized egg can continue to divide to make more cells and more cells. Oh look, this fertilized human egg cell is a blastocyst now. Yeah, it'll keep dividing from there. Now, while that was an example of gametes uniting to make a new human, realize that all new organisms that result from sexual reproduction have the potential to be genetically diverse.
Look at this. Nurses. Hey, if you haven't already, that's one of the pros of sexual reproduction.
What is it?
Genetic diversity. Creating new creatures.
Wait, by birth, how do you spell that?
Genetic diversity. Diversity.
I have a question on yesterday's assignment. The thingamabobber?
I will go over the thingamabobber later.
Because the last one, it doesn't say that in the PowerPoint.
Okay, that's fine.
So what do I?
Are you talking about the notes? Yeah, if you didn't finish the last part, that's fine. I know what you're talking about. It's all right.
In sexual reproduction, the offspring are not clones. They receive genetic information from their two different parents. And gametes themselves tend to be different from each other due to independent assortment and crossing over, which both happen when the gametes are.
Why is that a good thing? Why is it good that there's diversity?
Because they don't die from one thingy.
So they adapt, right? You can write that down as a second pro for sexual reproduction. They can adapt.
And adopt.
And for the con for asexual reproduction, you can put they don't adapt.
like if one of them has a heart condition, they can't not have a heart condition.
Plants
No,
have
they have to be exactly the
So
same.
what can we put for one of the pros?
For
Wait,
sexual,
Sienna, plants have heart conditions.
Diversity. Well, I was just
Plants
using
can't
it
have
as an
hearts,
example. I was
It-
using it as an
Maybe.
example.
In a
As an
process
example,
called
Rowan.
meiosis. Check out our
My
meiosis
finger's going
video for
purple.
more about that.
uh-oh.
So the gametes are different from each other and they combine to make a unique organism. Now, sexual reproduction can be more time consuming because it does require two gametes finding each other.
Hey, so that's one of the cons? What did you just say? Time consuming. And also the other con is that you have to go find another organism. So the first con is that it's time consuming. It takes a long time to grow a baby. And also you have to go out and find another organism.
So the pros for the other one would be not time. Well, I mean.
It's fast and efficient for asexual reproduction. And also you don't have to go out and find a partner. Growing a baby.
Okay. Have you ever grown a baby?
Of sexual reproduction?
I
All
hope not.
right, genetic diversity for sexual reproduction.
How do you say?
And also
inefficient?
allows for
What are you
adaptations.
trying to say? Inefficient. 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 Wait, what's the pros for? That's inefficient. What?
Wait, so that's pretty much the end of the video. Ask me about the pros. I'll say it one more time.
I'm not even done. What are the pros for?
All right, pros for asexual. Who can give me the first one?
Fast and inefficient.
Fast and efficient.
How do you spell it?
Just try your best. I'm not gonna spell out.
Is it an E or an I?
It's E. Fast and efficient, and also you don't gotta go find a partner. All right. What else?
Pros for.
Pros for what?
Oh, no, that's it.
All right.
I got.
Nothing else?
Yes. Do not need a partner. Right? Do not
Yeah.
need-
You can get the rest from Macy or someone else around.
I don't know how to spell cons for the asexual.
EFF,
They're spell checks.
IC,
All of it says is EFF, IC.
IE.
Hold on, this is on the. Okay. I spelled this completely wrong, but it's. EFF, IC,
Sexual reproduction, you said allows for.
I know, I'm too late.
Genetic diversity.
What? Also, there's spell checks.
Genetic
Spell-
diversity.
They said it right.
Now what would the other one be? They can adapt.
They can adapt.
Hey,
All right, that's it.
Okay, how do you spell inefficient? E-I-F-E-F-F-I-T.
Just the one, just.
I'm done. I'm good. Yeah. I got it.
She said inefficient. Oh.
What are you on?
She asked
I asked
Cortana how to spell
Cor-
it. Dang, Cortana, Google, same thing. Cortana.
All right. Hey, so we're gonna do Punnett Squares. A lot of you are having trouble with this on the quizzes. We're combining genes and stuff. Yeah. So we'll talk about it real quick. What are you confused by? Oh, about the Punnett Squares?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know what R and big R, little R means. I just don't know how to read a Punnett Square.
Read a Punnett Square? Okay.
Okay, Sienna. Let's say,
Wait, we'll do an example. We'll do an example.
Two R's. Mine only has one R.
Okay.
so it's like the big T, since they're on the top, they would both go on the first square. And let's say
So
it's
they
one,
just come down.
yeah, they go down their row. Their-
All right.
No genetic.
So Punnett Squares is about combining genes and to see what's the likelihood that your baby would have like green eyes or brown eyes or something like that. All right. Who is the father of genetics? George Mendel, Gregor Mendel, whatever his name is. He found out about, he made Punnett Squares up studying what? Pea plants. All right. So you have your dad on top, mom on the side. You can put your mom on top if you want. All right. You have these letters here. These letters have to represent something. They have to represent a trait. What trait do you want to pick? Eyes. All right. What eye color do you want to have for dominant?
Brown.
Let's be creative. All right.
Brown. Purple.
You can have purple. You can have purple.
Yes. You can.
No, let's just use that as an example. Fun example.
Actually, people can have purple eyes.
No, you can't. No, it's not natural. I mean, you probably have a genetic mutation.
Purple
Something could
things
happen.
cannot like
Yes.
be naturally in nature.
My computer does not believe.
It's like the rarest
Yeah, I'm good.
color.
All right. So the dominant gene here is purple. What's the recessive one? The lowercase one.
Amber. Yellow.
Amber. Let's go with amber.
Yes, it is.
All right. So now you're gonna cross these genes to find out what's the percentage chance that they would have purple eyes or amber eyes. So let's go top left box. What would the letter combination be? TT, big T, little t.
Haha, you said TT.
That's not funny, we're not. How would it be?
Of all things.
All right, how did I get this? I choose the letter from the top and I choose a letter from the side. And I bring them together. All right, that baby has what eyes? Amber eyes or
Purple eyes.
it would have purple eyes. But let's do the rest of the letter combinations. Hey, bottom left would have what letters? Big T, little t.
They all have big T, little T.
Do they all have big T, little t?
No.
What does top right have? What are you confused by? How am I getting that big T? I just bring the one from the top to the bottom.
Why would we do that? Then it would be all big T little T.
Yeah.
It is.
Why do I do that? That's just how you do Punnett squares.
So there, everything is big T little T. There's
Not
no
everything-
big T, little T, there's no big T, big T. No.
So these are your genes. The genes can be up. It could be like big T, little t for your dad, or little t for your dad. That just depends on what their eye color is. The dad right now has two dominant genes, and they're both purple. So he has purple eyes. All right. It could happen where he's big T and little t, and he still has purple eyes, or he has little t and little t. It just depends, right? This is just combining your mom and dad's genes to see what's the percentage chance that they'll have brown eyes, blue eyes for your kid. Something like that, all right?
Oh,
So top right box is going to be what?
okay. Big T little T.
And like we talked about, bottom right is also going to be big T, little t. So this child, if they have a child, what's the percentage chance it's going to have purple eyes? 75%?
100.
50%.
100.
That's going to be 100%. Why is that? Because
They all are dominated by T.
Because all the dominant genes are showing.
if you have one dominant one in any of those boxes, that's what gene is going to show, no matter what.
Both dominant.
Then it'll be that gene. How does it have the amber eyes? How does it have the recessive trait? It needs what?
Two ambers.
Two little ones, two little ones. That's the only way you're going to see amber eyes. So all these children, no, it's something else. All right, but this is 100% chance to have purple, 0% chance to have amber. All right, do you somewhat get it?
I understand
Kind of.
completely because of Dave.
All right, now we have some SpongeBob practice
Me too, brother.
that we're going to help you out.
Dave makes me understand. Ow.
So who wants to read this?
Me.
Sienna, you can read it, and then you can read the next one. Scientists at Bikini Bottom.
The scientists at Bikini Bottom have been investigating the genetic makeup of the organisms in this community. Use the information provided and your knowledge of genetics to answer each question. For each genotype below, indicate whether it is heterozygous HE, or homozygous HO.
Good job. What does genotype mean?
The genes on the inside.
Yeah, the genes inside your DNA. And heterozygous, does that mean two of the same or two different ones?
Two of
Heterozygous?
I said two of them.
Homozygous is two of the same.
I said two
Heterozygous
different.
is two different ones. I know. All right. So big T and big T, are those two the same or different? So is that going to be homozygous or heterozygous? Homozygous. Big D, little d? HE. Do I need to go any further or can you do this on your own?
No, I need help.
How about little t, little f and little f? What is that? Homozygous or?
HO.
All right. Finish up the rest and then we'll talk about the questions.
If they're the same,
Easy peasy, right?
HO. If one's uppercase and one's lowercase, is HE. No, I'm just copying you.
Why are you writing it, dude? Just. What happened?
Homozygous is still the same. Heterozygous is different.
Why would you write it on?
I mean, same.
No one can tell when they're writing with that blue, like at all. It just doesn't look like words.
Yeah, for now, we're doing letters. Yeah, 18.
All right.
18.
Look like people before.
All right, let's talk about the questions. I know you, if you're not done, you can come back to it. Which of the genotypes in number 1 would be considered purebred? What does purebred mean? When I have a purebred dog, is it mixed with anything or is it like 100%?
100%.
So it's going to be homozygous or heterozygous? I know you already said it. Yeah. You were on your head of all of it. I know, you got it. It's homozygous. So hybrid would be what then? Heterozygous. So you need to put all letter combinations for homozygous, where purebred is, and you need to put all letter combinations for heterozygous, where the hybrid is.
So I just put like big T, comma.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
So we're putting all letter combinations that would be purebred or homozygous down here. So big T and big T is homozygous or purebred. So big T, big T.
You have to be specific letters.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes.
The ones from the top.
Just to do a couple then, if you have to type.
I can't even type. I have to like find an open spot.
Okay, so we're just putting all of the combinations?
Yeah. Is that easy enough? Is this hard?
It's not that hard.
It's a little bit tricky.
It's just
There's a
hard to-
vocabulary like homozygous, heterozygous.
It's just hard to write them all.
Alright.
How are you already done? So first one. It's easy.
I'll give you like 2 minutes to finish it.
You're
whole
literally just
page?
writing letters.
Just the questions and all the letter combinations. If you want to keep going on, you can.
So for this one, this here. So this
Yeah, you go.
Hybrid is going to be, so we have purebred, which is, like, we have purebred dog. Is it like 100% Labrador? Is there anything else? So it would be 2 of the same. Is that homozygous or heterozygous? Homozygous. So you can put all the homozygous letter combinations in there in that little space. And then hybrid? So hybrid would be the other one. And big T. Hard. Yeah. So you, fine. So you can hold it up. You're great. Oh. Put H, you can make it do this. Do the same.
There's only like 4 hybrids.
We all know that SpongeBob's name is Bob, but no one really calls him Bob.
What is Bob?
Hey, so you don't have to do the whole page. All you have to do is go all the way to number 5.
Wait, I don't get the next
I know. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna do it together.
Everyone, except Patrick and SpongeBob.
All right.
Has what they are. SpongeBob, Squidward, Mr. Krabs.
They have a what in their name?
They have
He's-
what they are.
The genes.
SpongeBob is a sponge.
Oh,
If there's crabs, there's a crab.
Pearl. Wait, what about Patrick?
Shh.
Oh, that's so sad.
His,
Alright.
his name is just Patrick.
Determine the phenotype for each genotype.
But that's just what it means.
All right. Shh. What does phenotype mean? What does phenotype mean?
Physical.
Yeah, the physical appearance. So we're trying to determine if their bodies are going to be yellow or blue based off their genetics.
The first one's yellow, right?
Wait, so let's label it. Yellow body color is dominant to blue. So big Y would be blue or yellow. Which one?
Yellow.
Yellow.
You want a pom-pom?
I do not.
Okay.
Little Y means what? Blue.
I don't get the middle ones.
Why aren't you writing it on the line?
Oh, I was just labeling what they are, like the big ones. I'm labeling like big Y means yellow, little y means blue. All right. We have big.
Yellow on the line.
Green.
So if we have big Y and big Y, which big Y means yellow, we would have a body color of what?
Yellow.
Yellow. So yeah, we do.
Would the middle one be green?
Remember, hey, they don't combine together to something. When you see a dominant gene and a recessive gene, you go with which gene that you're gonna see.
Oh, so the middle one's gonna be yellow?
Yeah, you would go with the dominant one, which is yellow. Again, when you have a dominant gene and recessive gene, whatever the dominant gene is, that's the gene you're gonna see. Can you use the bathroom? Let's finish this up. Because you come back and you'll be like, I don't know where we are.
I will know.
All right, and little y, what does that become? Blue. Do I have to do the next one, or are you good? With square shape is dominant to round?
Nah, I'm good. I don't know about anybody else. Mr. Batson,
Mhm.
question. How do scientists know, like, my dad has green eyes, but my mom has brown eyes. So which one is dominant, brown or green? How do they know which one's dominant?
They do studies and tests and observations of like populations. Like, Greg Mendel, he bred pea plants and he just observed what came out. They just,
Observe.
yeah, the population. Like,
George Mendel?
So they don't have like a specific key that they.
no, they don't see the gene that makes it dominant.
Mr.
Or they don't know why it's dominant. Like, there's nothing about brown that makes it like the best, like that would dominate blue.
That's weird.
Like, they haven't figured
So
that out
they have
yet.
no idea why the brown is more dominant than.
Yeah, they don't know why that is. Yeah.
Because my brother has green eyes though. But
So-
I have brown eyes like my mom.
So this is like a clear-cut, like ideal world. There's a lot of gene mixtures going on, and oftentimes you have other recessive genes going in and out. Just for this, just try to think that brown is more dominant than blue. There's a lot. This is scale and stuff. What do you need, Roxy?
What were we about initially acquired and inherited, right?
Yeah,
Well, what's acquired again?
acquire something you get from your environment. Something you do, like you get a tattoo.
Okay, square shape is not inherited because SpongeBob can turn into a round shape. He didn't want
He
to.
can turn into it, but his genes tell him.
He did for a whole day. He just wanted to do it.
He
I
can,
don't know why he did it.
I don't know. I mean, he's a sponge, not a human. He's a sponge. Do I have to do the rest of the page, or you guys got it?
I got it.
Wait, we only have to do to number 5?
Yeah.
I don't get the next one.
Raise your hand if you want me to do more.
No.
I just need to do number 4.
Okay, let's do number 3.
Wanna use the bathroom.
We'll do number 3, and I'll do a little bit number 4. All right, for each phenotype, give the genotype that are possible for Patrick. So you're giving me the letter combinations that would allow Patrick to be tall or short. So tall is dominant, it's big T. So how would I combine that so that he would be tall?
Big T, and big T, little T. Big T,
Good job, good job. And for short, he's gonna be what?
little T. Well, it could also be big T, little T for short.
Yeah.
I understand Punnett Squares and all that, but for the draw and label with chromosome, I don't know what.
If you look to the right, there's a chromosome that I want you to draw
So,
on your screen and your
so
window.
it's like the, it's kind of connected, but with leaves.
Yeah, that's a chromosome. And there's all genes on it. That's what they look
What
like.
the
It's
heck?
raveled
Just
up, raveled. It's like,
I don't know, guys.
SpongeBob SquarePants recently
yeah, sort of, but like a
Sponge
lot of
Susie
huge
Round
squiggly
Pants
lines
out of
like
dance.
put together.
One,
It's like yarn. It's yarn.
I'm gonna look for a chromosome.
Oh my god, you actually did round pants, is that you?
All right, hey, let's do number 4. This scenario. Roxy, read this scenario for number 4.
SpongeBob SquarePants recently met Sponge Susie Round Pants at a dance. SpongeBob is something
Heterozygous.
for his square shape, but Sponge Susie is round. Create a Punnett Square to show the possibilities that would result if SpongeBob and Sponge
Susie had children.
All right, thank you.
What the? I cannot think of.
All right, hey, first off, hey, let's choose a letter. What letter do we want to use?
Oh, no. I probably use Q. Use Q.
H or Q? Oh, we haven't used Q before. We'll try Q. Let's use Q.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Why is this link so long?
All right, big Q and little Q. All right, so SpongeBob, let's have him be up top. He's heterozygous, so what would his letter combination be?
Q E.
QE?
Oh, that looks like an E.
Big
Big
Q,
Q,
little
little
Q.
No, long that one.
Oh, I can barely see. I'm not drawing that well.
You're right.
Whatever. Big Q, little Q. So which one's the dominant one here?
Big Q.
And what does it stand for? Being round or being square?
Where?
Being square. So over here we can label that as square for big Q. Little Q is going to be what? Round. So she's round, right?
Yes.
How would you put the letters together so that she would come out round?
Little Q, little Q.
Little Q and you little Q.
That's the only way.
Yep. Good job.
I only understand this because of the Punnett Squares game with Dave.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
That was the first time you met me, but.
That's a good game.
Are
Alright.
those Q's or E's?
They're Q's.
Okay.
Alright, can you guys combine them in your own Punnett squares?
So it would be.
It would be big Q and little Q for the top left.
Little Q, little Q. Bottom left would be also be big Q.
Yep. Actually, I'll do up here too.
The other two would just be little Q. So they have.
One.
Alright, so list of possible genotypes and phenotypes for their children. So genotypes, again, are combinations of letters. We have two combinations. What are they? For genotype.
Big Q, little Q, and little Q, little Q.
Yep.
I can't do this typing, it like keeps on capitalizing.
And what are the phenotypes?
Square and round.
Square and round. Yeah.
No one can read any of that.
If you're using that shade of blue that I hate.
Look, no, not only that square blue.
Oh God. He's like, I can read it better with that blue. No. All right, what are the chances of a child with a square shape? So let's look at our Punnett square. 2 out of 4.
Is that
Russian?
Yep.
I can't tell if that's English or
I'm having the finger paint. Just leave me alone.
And the same thing for the other one. It's also.
Yep. Same thing.
Yeah, but it's annoying.
So they have a 50-50 shot of square and round.
Yep.
Square bob. We need square
Quarter.
bob.
Heads or tails. All right.
Wait, go back
We
again.
need to complete the band number square bob and
Oh
square
my
bob.
god, I hate this.
All right. Do number 5 on your own, and go back and do the quizzes if you need to. The extension is drawing a chromosome. I've got a picture there. You did everything?
I'm confused. The next one, but it just be big Q, big Q.
Wait, can you like scroll to the right a small bit?
So they have a 50%.
Yeah. Let me see.
Can you go back to little Patrick and Patty? So
Did
you
you
said they're
not
both
do-
dominant for Patrick and Patty.
All right, they're both heterozygous.
Patrick.
So that would mean there'd be one tall one, one little one, right?
Don't look at
Patty?
me. Don't look at me when you say that.
Oh, so
I
it's
don't
about
know.
Q,
I don't
little
know
Q,
who
big Q, little Q.
Who is that? I don't
It's
know.
about you. Yeah, I did everything.
Good job.
What do you know?
Yeah. Do you want to go back and do any of the quizzes, get a better grade?
I already got one drop.
Drink up.
Here you go.
Mr. Bastard.
I like how that's the first thing that popped up.
What?
Do you like to show bleach or do you like blue?
No, look.
Wait, it goes little Q, big Q.
Oh God.
That's the first thing that popped up when it said good morning.
Okay.
Okay.
50 wait.
My favorite candy is Pine Bugs.
Little Q. Ooh, why do you
Hold on.
Oh.
What? That's in.
You do the letter on the side.
So little Q, oh.
That would be big Q, but you get that right. I'll be right there. So this one you bring over, so it'll be big Q. You got enough, all right.
Wait,
I'm
I
still
don't get
trying-
number survive either. Thank you.
I do need you on board.
Yes.
Well,
I can help you.
I'm just wondering
Yes.
So it would be 1 out of 3 for yellow?
Look,
Oh, yes. Now I gotta go to the quizzes.
Do you have like a meme that like Google, like I?
Can you?
Wait, we'll do it. Gwen, can you read it for me?
Safe search.
We don't.
Patrick met Pappy after the dance and took them on Kimberly's library for the pink body color, which is dominant over yellow body color.
All right, we can stop there.
He turned.
Thank
I
you.
got it. I learned so
All right.
smart.
Shh. Heterozygous means what?
The different.
Am I gonna have like same capital letters, same lowercase, or am I gonna have two different ones
Two different.
for heterozygous? Hetero.
Oh, different.
Different. So I chose P for the previous class. I'll choose P again, I guess. We have uppercase and lowercase. I'm gonna go over here with Patrick. He's gonna be on top. And he's gonna have big P and little p. And then Patty would have what letters? They're both heterozygous, right? Yep.
so capital is P, right?
Yeah, capital is P. Is that clear of confusion? And then you combine the letters?
Wait, how do you know, like, what,
Which one's dominant?
like, because I thought the uppercase was always dominant.
Yeah.
How do you know, like, what letters to put on the square? Is it always the same?
You can choose whatever letters you want, but when it says heterozygous, you know you're gonna have one capital and one lowercase. When it says homozygous, you're either gonna have two lowercase or two uppercase. It'll tell you like homozygous recessive or homozygous dominant.
Can I do the restroom? I'm done.
Someone's already out. When Roxy gets back.
I'm already done.
Do you guys understand this?
No,
Not really.
No.
I don't get how to put them in the square still.
Yeah.
Alright, Mr. Basson, I'm starting the quizzes.
Give me a question.
I already finished it, yes.
Is this right?
What is
Is
like?
this how you put it in
You're
the
so
square?
cool. You're so cool.
No one asked the right to you. No one asked for your opinion.
For real.
You don't have the right to you. Okay. I'm so busy. Yes.
But
You can put two on the side.
Oh, that's smart.
Elizabeth, you put this link right here.
Tesla. Not Tesla. Not
Do
Tesla.
you want me to write it?
Tesla.
Yeah.
Not Tesla.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That is your face.
They already know that.
Elizabeth, to click this link.
And when I look like a maker.
Is it old?
Is this one? Is that right?
Hello, Mr. Jackson.
Is one.
That's
Oh,
the beginning of
so-
the year.
I thought you meant like.
1 out of 2.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, 2 out of 4?
What? Almost.
Wait, so they're all H? Like capital H?
Oh, I thought you These are
Can I get a restroom?
Oh, those are.
You guys,
Those are counts.
right?
No, Roxy can best.
This one right here is one of his.
But only that one.
Yellow. Yellow is 1 out of 4.
Yeah.
Which is 25.
So, pressure with that is and heterozygous.
What?
So, heterozygous, we're gonna have the same two lowercase, or we're gonna have one uppercase and one lowercase.
It's heterozygous, so we have one uppercase.
Yeah.
That's me.
My fingernail.
So, I guess it's, yeah. So we have one uppercase, one lowercase, one uppercase, one lowercase. I know this. But for this, we're gonna bring down the top one, and one on the side, and in this square, we're gonna have one.
So they don't be 50.
Yeah, so are they gonna be both uppercase?
No.
And then here, we're gonna have one lowercase.
You understand that? You understand that?
Bottom one?
H, right?
So this
For
is,
bottom left, lowercase h, lowercase h, lowercase e, lowercase y. This one is
and for bottom, top right, we're gonna have what?
upright is gonna be
You picked 14?
uppercase P and lowercase b.
Yep, and bottom right, we're gonna have all.
Bottom right, we're gonna
No,
have
it's
lowercase b.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah,
How do you think I'm
I think
passing
that-
that?
alright, and, so, what are
So
chances
it's
of,
2 out of 4 to see.
so we have 50-50, so that person would always have. So we have 50 little p, that person would always
Way
have.
too much fun.
Is it because you have, there's a dominant one?
Yep.
Okay. How do you know? So if there's a dominant one in there, then it has to be that.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna be 3 out of 4.
Yep.
Why don't do you have corona?
Even.
That's because it's genetic independent. We only have to do one thing. Okay, so this year.
On a what?
You're showing us.
But I didn't.
Animals have to release themselves too. No, different methods. I have no idea. Dolphins, however.
Look at Macy. Look at Macy.
You know what,
Hey Macy.
That's funny because, you know.
Oh, I'm right here. Where's my mouse? What? In my hand.
Something's on my body telling me I'm gonna.
Oh, this one. This one.
So,
Right there. Here. I would have to click on this and then click on that. Again, for the second time. Wow. We needed this. You put it in. So you didn't pause it. Come on, let's work.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't even do it.
What is the stuff in his mouth?
hey, he had too much fun.
Faster.
We're gonna have two seconds, one big one.
Wait, that looks good. Did they believe you? Like, it's not my Where is it?
What was the point of that?
Faster.
Okay.
More.
Where's my That's a pink one. They changed it. I'm so lost. Did you have that in your mouth the whole time? You, not him. What the? He meant how. That's
An animatronic.
The other one did.
Brown.
Yeah, that's a seven.
What's in your mouth? Sandy the squirrel.
Body accurate representation.
1 minute, I think.
Is that his logo?
Hey guys, you great today, thank you.
Oh my god, that's so.
You have 1 minute.
You guys
Oh
are
my
nice.
god, yeah, we do have 1 minute. We have 1 minute. I didn't too much sleep. I know. You know what I do? It's like, why are you not paying attention to this? And put down this one here. And then
I'll do black.
shake, shakey. It's not there.
You guys are awesome today.
I know. Oh my god, I just. I did better. No, what? This your basket? No, I didn't. Okay. Uh-oh.
Listen, I'm racist. Racist for
And so that's the
Mr.
reason
Babson.
why.
Mr. Babson. Yeah, Mr. Babson. Come here. So you know about the 10 baby thing? Yeah, what if we separated it by gender? That way we could figure out the nature versus nurture and how they like immediately react as like women, how they react, and how men immediately react.
What happens when they turn teenagers?
Oh. That takes a while. You're not gonna. Baby.
I think the
I
guys
know,
in
but
the
it's a long experience.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long experience.
I think you're a little bit too diabolical. I think that's evil deep. All right.
In front of me. I race this kid to my class every day, and today I'm not going to race him. So
Hi,
he's
Sammy.
going to run to class and get all tired for no reason.
Bye, Sam.
And then he's
What?
going to feel bad about himself. See ya, that's fun.
Bye, Gwen.
Bye. Is it noticeable that I brought 2 cups of coffee to school today?
You always act this way, so no.
Already Thursday.
I need the weekend. I'm tired. Oh my God.